Hi everyone, and welcome back to ITWeb. We have another special review for you today. Today I'm joined by my colleague Leslie Moyo, and we have 3 amazing HP laptops with us, and we're going to go through them as quickly so that we keep your attention as possible. And then we're going to tell you about all the amazing specs and maybe some of the things we didn't enjoy that much about these laptops, but from my side, I thought it was quite fun. So let's get started with my one. Over here, I have the HP Elite X360. So this is the EliteBook, as HP calls it. It's a very, very small laptop, very light as well. So great for people who are always on the go and who are always looking to just be working while traveling or anything like that. Another amazing feature about this laptop, of course, is that it has a 14-inch screen, and then it's got speakers by Bang & Olufsen. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So the speakers are really, really good. I mean, when I was using it to watch movies and documentaries, I didn't even have to use an external speaker to make the sound bigger. It was very, very loud. Of course, as standard with many laptops, it comes with a whole bunch of ports, your HDMI. In this laptop specifically, it also has a nano SIM where you can put in your SIM, for those days when Wi-Fi doesn't want to connect and, but you want to use your mobile network. So you can just put a nano SIM in here instead of trying to connect to your phone. When it comes to the processor, we've got an Intel i7 processor in here. So that does bring the price up a little bit. This laptop starts at around 28,000 Rand and goes all the way up to just over 50,000 Rand. So the one that I have with an i7 processor, that's the most expensive one. And I mean, the price is a little steep, but I do think it does justify the price. It is a very good laptop. I really enjoyed it. It's quite fast, but also not too fast where you feel like you're pressing buttons that you don't understand. It's got some cool security features. It's got facial recognition and it's got a fingerprint scanner. So you put your face in front of the webcam and your laptop is open. But for those who don't want to do that, there is a password option as well. And it's got the backlit keyboard. So it's very easy to type in like dark spaces, which I really enjoy because I work a lot throughout the night. So I really enjoyed that. And it's touchscreen, which is, of course, amazing. Who doesn't want a touchscreen laptop? I think the best physical feature of this laptop is the 360 hinge. So if you can take a look here, I can fold it into like tablet mode, or if you want to watch, your movies and series and stuff like that, you can just put it like this and you've got an amazing 14-inch screen right there for you to watch whatever you want. And the brightness is really good as well. It's got sort of like a blue light thing where it doesn't, when you're working on it for a long time, like some of us journalists who are always on our laptop, it doesn't damage your eyes a lot. And that's something I'm really passionate about, of course, being someone who wears glasses every single day. Another thing is that, of course, it's got 32 gigabyte RAM. It's got 1 terabyte of space, which is perfect as well. And it comes pre-installed with Windows 11. And the battery lasts a long, long time. I'm not going to lie. I've had this laptop for about 2 weeks, and I think I can count on one hand how many times I've had to charge it once the battery gets really low. It says about 65-hour battery life, but I think it lasted much longer than that for me. So yeah, this is the HP Elite X360 EliteBook. It's an amazing laptop. I really enjoyed using it. I think it's perfect for, the Gen Zs and your millennials, but anyone really who is always on the go and is looking for something a bit lighter. So that's the EliteBook. And coming up next, we've got the Dragonfly. So the HP Dragonfly, also very small, much like the EliteBook, very small. Cost is around 47,000. So it's also very, very, very good. I didn't get to use this one, luckily, or unfortunately. It was with my editor, but from what he's told me, it's a very good laptop. It comes with, of course, 65 watts battery. I'd say it lasts around the same time as the EliteBook. It's got the USB-C. It doesn't have a nano SIM, so I think the EliteBook edges out just by that. And it's 13.5 inches, so that's amazing as well. So it's still also for someone who's constantly on the go, but is looking for something maybe not as expensive as the EliteBook. So the Dragonfly is perfect. It's also got Bang & Olufsen speakers, so it's also pretty loud, so you don't need an external Bluetooth speaker for that. And it doesn't fold, unfortunately, so when you use it, you're just on a normal laptop. But it's light, it's easy to carry around, and I think HP has done a good job with these two on-the-go laptops, as I like to call them. So I'm going to hand over to Leslie now, who's going to tell us a little bit more about his HP laptop and all the amazing specs that it has.
Okay, hello everybody. I'm Leslie, and I'm also, as my colleague introduced me, I'm the multimedia specialist for ITWeb. So today I'm joining you on camera, and I'll be talking more about laptops since that's kind of my specialty. And I've been diving into laptops for a while now. So today, as my colleague said, we have the three HP laptops here. And from my side, I got to try out this HP ZBook Power 15.6 inch G10 mobile workstation, right? And what did I notice about the laptop? The laptop has a AMD Ryzen 9 Pro 7940HS and with Radeon 780M graphics which are like 4 gigahertz. That means they're actually fast. It's a fast processor, and it's different from these laptops that is not Intel. So as I mentioned, it's AMD. And the installed RAM is 32 GB, and it has actually 31.3, which is usable. So it's a pretty fast laptop, and it comes with great space. It comes with 500 GB space, and you can basically upgrade the hard drive, which to be 1 terabyte. And the difference between maybe the price, there's two prices. One comes for 32,000 rands, which is maybe the 500 GB, and the other one, which goes for about 45,000. I think also is the difference in the processor. The other one might be Intel, and also they all come with an SSD drive, which means it's actually faster. What else can I tell you about this laptop? It's a ZBook range, and it's HP's answer for enterprise fleet business people. And you can basically use this laptop for a wide range of things. You can basically use it for editing, video editing, all the sort. And it's kind of like an entry-level laptop. So basically, it's not as expensive as the other two laptops, as my colleague might have introduced. But like as I said, it's more affordable with great graphics, great processor unit, and it kind of compares to the MacBook Air, but for business. HP's ZBook range makes it convenient to set up and monitor fleets and hardware service care for devices, basically. And it also can come in different RAM depending on which one you get. But it has a 14-inch IPS display, which is 1920 by 1200 pixel resolution with 250 nit brightness. It also comes with Wi-Fi, 5 megapixel camera, which is a great webcam. If you want to do general stuff, maybe do your Zoom calls, Google Meets, and all the sort. And the weight is for 1.4 kg, and the dimensions is 1242 times 8.8 times 0.9 inches, which is the biggest amongst the three. But like basically it's a lightweight. You can basically carry this in your laptop bag and you wouldn't feel like you have a laptop. And it also comes with a great speaker unit on top, which sounds quite crisp, so you don't really need to have a lot of earphones or all that sort of things. Another thing I would say is it comes with 3 ports for USB. So basically 2 ports on this side, 1 port on this side. You can basically use it and extend that if you have if you have a USB extender, and it comes with one HDMI and also the Ethernet port, which you can use for your Wi-Fi if you want to use faster, if you want to make your Wi-Fi a little bit faster. And in terms of the design, as I was mentioning, it has good port selection, bigger than most consumer ultrabooks. And if we go to the battery life, it can last you for a work span of like 12.53 minutes, which is pretty good. And if you're watching maybe a movie, it can last you for maybe 13 hours. That's a long time, guys. Should you consider buying this laptop? I would say you probably should, because it's a business premium laptop and it's rated 3 out of 5. And the specs, there's a lot of options. It's also rated 3 out of 5 over 5. And the design is thicker and heavier than the rest. But like it's actually quite lightweight, and you can actually you can put it in your laptop bag, as I mentioned. The battery, as I said, 13-hour battery lifespan, and it's pretty slick when it comes to the trackpad. Also, the other things you should consider. It compares with maybe the Asus ZenBook S13 OLED and the Apple MacBook 14 Pro 14. And also Dell's XPS 13 Plus. So you can choose amongst those brands, and also the Acer Swift Go 14, right? And the prices and the availability, as I mentioned, it goes for about 33K to 45K, between that range, depending on where you are, basically. But HP's laptop is it's actually quite a great laptop. And from my personal point of view as a videographer, I would say I would get this laptop if I want to maybe edit, download my high processing softwares like Adobe and maybe DaVinci Resolve. It's actually quite good, and you can actually see well when you're actually viewing your things. The disadvantages, I would just say maybe it's not as small as the other ones. It could have been a little bit smaller, but I like the resolution of the screen, just because I'm able to see what I'm doing. I don't need to squint or anything like that. But basically, it's a great laptop, and it's a great starter laptop. Also, the screen resolution is not the best, as I said. These ones, probably the screen is a different type of screen. Maybe, as I mentioned, this one has like the other 2 laptops have like touch screen and all that sort of things. And that means the screen is not the ordinary type of screen. It's a little bit more expensive. Hence why it's a little bit cheaper. So, I think in general, the laptop is great.
While Leslie's just looking for some hidden gems in these laptops, I must say that having used them as someone who might not be as technical when it comes to what laptops have and the graphics cards and all of that, I think if you're just looking for something that's compatible and easy to carry around, these are probably your best bet. They're very light laptops and they work really fast. I mean, they'll do the basic things that you ask them to do. And obviously, they come with a few AI functions, like, of course, you'll get your co-pilot on here. So that's a bit fun. You can also add your ChatGPTs, your Geminis, really any of the AI platforms that you want, and they should work quite easily on these. And for us who are always typing and looking to be writing stuff, this one I'd say is best for that because of that backlit keyboard. You can type basically in any room. Dark, light, it doesn't matter. And of course, you've got the blue light to protect your eyes as always. So if I was to compare these two, I'd probably go for the EliteBook, and maybe I'm just a bit biased because this is the one I've had for almost 2 weeks now. But I think the EliteBook does justify its price range. Of course, if you get the i3 processor from Intel, the price does come down a little bit, but the i7 processor, I think, is just worth it. Everything is faster. Everything is just much better. The only thing I'd have to complain about with this laptop is that it does have almost like an always-on sensor feature. So when you walk past it, whether it's night, day, it doesn't matter. It will light up, and that is probably just a little bit, I don't know, unwanted sometimes, especially at night. But I'm really happy with what HP has done here, and I think it's a really good drive into a market for, the Gen Zs and millennials that are trying to get started. And the Dragonfly, of course, as well, is just as good, almost as good as the EliteBook, but maybe just falls off here and there. I think also physically, the EliteBook probably appeals a little bit more with that silver sort of metallic finish. But the Dragonfly is amazing as well. It's cheaper by a couple of $1,000 than the EliteBook. But you still get some of the similar basic features. It does work just as fast. It just, I guess, depends on what sort of aesthetic you're looking for at the end of the day. But I think these are really good from HP. I've really enjoyed them.
Okay. Just in addition to this laptop, as you might see, it's like the biggest amongst the rest. But I don't think that's a disadvantage for someone that's trying to maybe edit videos, or you want to have like maybe a cinematic experience when you watch your movies. You don't necessarily want to blink or something like, or squint when you're watching a video.
Yeah.
So basically, I think this laptop is good because of the screen, the 1080p screen display, and also from my general knowledge of laptops, security is one of the most important things, and it does come with the onboard fingerprint touchpad, which you can utilize if you want to basically keep your laptop extra safe, have that extra safe layer of security.
I think the only disadvantage here is that Leslie didn't get the touch screen, unlike these two.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't come with the touch screen. I actually thought it had a touch screen, but it does come with a great a webcam that comes on board. So it maybe gives you some high quality video if you want to video conference or kind of have that sort of high definition quality videos. Maybe if you don't have the proper equipment or proper tools to have to shoot video or something like that. So I think that's also another advantage. I don't know if you have anything else you would like to add, Lungile.
No, I think everything from my side. I just have to say that I think these are really good laptops from HP. Obviously, technology is getting a little bit pricey these days, but I think because it is such, mechanical and hardworking hardware, it is better to just invest in something good. So I would go for the EliteBook. I think that's just the best one. It's probably one of the best laptops I've used recently. It's just really smooth. I like everything about it. And as Leslie mentioned, of course, they've got these amazing touchpads and these fingerprint sensors and all of that extra security that you really want and need from something that will probably carry a lot of precious material on it. So I like the EliteBook, but if I had to maybe choose something a little bit cheaper price-wise, I'd probably go for the one that Leslie has, which is the ZBook. I think it still functions just as well as these other two. And of course, as he mentioned, if you are looking to videograph and all of that, and as you can hear now, the speaker is really good as well, although it isn't bang, but it is quite loud, I must say. So yeah.
I think I'll play this unboxing that we did a couple of weeks ago. I think that's the loud one.
Yes. That is very loud, actually.
Yeah, that is very loud. So
everyone, and welcome back. Wow. It's a great sound.
Yeah, definitely. The sound sounds really clear and crisp. That's what I would say about the sound. And generally also the quality seems pretty good. If I have to put it on the best quality, and I have to say it. But generally the video, the camera, the display, it seems like a pretty decent laptop. And if you are looking maybe to get your hands into something that is affordable and yet slick, I would recommend this laptop also. what would I say in terms of disadvantages? Before we even get to that, I also noticed like the power button is not your usual in the corner. It's actually in the middle, which is something different. If you like something different yourself. And the weight is not that much, even though it's actually a big laptop, as we said, the specs earlier. What else? I think generally the laptop is pretty slick. In terms of disadvantages, I would have to search for them, but
nothing comes up
yet.
I think that's a perfect score for HP there from Leslie. And I just wanted to thank you guys once again for joining us on ITWeb for another review. HP did say that these were more business-focused laptops, all three of them. So it seems like they've thought of all people in business, from your entry level to your more on-the-road execs. And I think that's amazing that they've catered for everyone. And this is where we leave you guys. And we just want to say thank you once again for joining us on ITWeb. Please remember to share, like, repost, and watch all of our amazing unboxings and all of the ITWeb content we have. We will see you next time.